Okay, so thank you so much for being here. I wanted to just kind of share from my heart. I've been really feeling into what feels really good to me lately, and learning a lot more about myself, learning about my human design, learning about my strengths, also things that I could use improvement on, right? Looking at all of the parts of me. And I've had some really amazing healing experiences over the last, well, for my whole life, right? Everybody, right? But especially since this new year started, and I have been feeling so super good. And I'm like, man, I'm the type of person that if I go to a restaurant, I love to tell people about my positive experiences. I love to tell people about the amazing dish, about the vibe, the ambiance. Like, I just love all of that kind of stuff, right? And so if you're that type of person, you probably can relate with what I'm doing today. I just have been feeling so good and I want to share that with everyone. And today, the full moon peaked this morning in Mountain Time, right between 7 and 8 o'clock this morning. So if you have been kind of feeling the full moon energy as this vibration has been coming in, I am definitely somebody who's very sensitive to lunar energy, and I have felt so many good things. Hey, babe, will you grab my coffee or some water? I guess we can have water too. But I just wanted to share that. So I felt like, how can I share it like right now? I don't want to wait till the next conference. I have a conference in St. George on March 9th, and I could just do a class there and share it. But I was like, no, I just want to get on right now and share it with whoever feels inclined to do so, especially people who are working on attracting more manifestation, more energy around money, and also just attracting things that will allow them to continue to serve the planet. So we're going to be talking today about, yeah, definitely some things that may be considered to be metaphysical. You may be considering it spiritual, whatever vocabulary you put on it is fine with me. I just feel really, really good and I would like to share it. So I thought I would lead an intuitive guided meditation. But before I go ahead and start it, I want to share a project that I'm working on. I'm calling it Project 444. Thank you. And after spending some time with the vibrations of what this particular project is going to look like, I decided to name it 444 because I have seen so many fours this year. It's ridiculous. And at the same time, really, really amazing. You know what I mean? So I just want to kind of get a feel for you guys. Have you ever started seeing numbers, the same number over and over and over in the last couple of months? What has that number been for you? Is it actually 444 or maybe double fours? Or is it another number that you've been seeing? And it's okay to not have been seeing numbers, right? But I just like to see if you've ever had that particular experience before. So go ahead in the chat and you can just put the number that you keep seeing repeatedly if that's you, okay? So, okay, lots and lots of ones. Petra, or is it like the 1111, right? Is it that, or is it just 1111? I love this. I'm looking for a numerology expert actually to come on my channel because it has been so like boom for me. And I'm like, okay, I literally am seeing it so much that for me, it's like a message, like from the universe, like saying, hey, are you paying attention? And I just want to share this with you. So today, this is going to be all about frequencies. It's all going to be about flow. It's going to be about alignment, manifestation, synchronicities for sure. I'm a big time collaborator. I love to support and rise together with a lot of people, right? And today is also going to be about intention. So if you do happen to have actually a piece of paper nearby or something that you can take notes on, I'm going to do an activity with you before we actually start the guided meditation. This is also about support, connection, and allowing. Okay. So lots of numbers coming through for a lot of different people. It's really, really cool. Joe, my birthday also, every single time I see 813, I do a little dance and celebrate because I was born on August 13th. Yes, I'm a Leo. Shocker, I know, right? Um, so yeah, so this is all about getting into flow as well, so that you can attract what you're desiring in your life and also for your business. Maybe for your business, you have felt like it's been stagnant or the energy just has not been super like flow. Maybe it's been choppy. Maybe you're just not sure of the next steps. So I'd like to invite you to open yourself up to the idea of putting yourself into a really beautiful flow. And if you like examples in nature, I want you guys to think about what is a really good flow, whether it's in the ocean, in the air. Maybe some of you are astro engineers or marine biologists. You know what I mean? Like there's all these different pieces of wisdom that you're all bringing to collectively to this meditation today. So I'd like to have you consider what are some flows in nature that you can think of. Maybe just jot some of those ideas down in the chats. One of the things that I really like about springtime is, there's the earth that's on top, and there's either bulbs or seeds that are down underneath, and they feel a flow, right? And they just come up. They need certain ingredients, certain components to allow them to do that, right? And when they're in the right environment, they just come up. It doesn't matter that resistance of the soil that's there. They push through and it's really strong. I love watching the videos of little seedlings coming up, right? It's one of my favorite things to watch. Okay, awesome. I love that, Anne. Ocean waves, she's saying, right? And there's a flow, right? When you're watching the sunset or the sunrise, watching how everything is a dance and it comes together and puts together this beautiful, almost like a painting for you to witness. Okay, so be thinking about what else. Um, I live out in the country in northern Utah, and one of my favorite things also is to watch the groups of the barn swallow birds. There's thousands of them that will all sync up, and in unison, they fly up and down the river bottoms that I live next to, literally thousands of them, and they're all flying harmoniously together as if they had been planning it in advance. And they'll fly back and forth. I love it when they do the affinity symbol over and over and over up and down the river bottoms here. I'm sure that you can think of more too, but I just want you to think about witnessing that in nature and then allowing yourself to step into that same vibration, that same amount of flow. It just happens intuitively, very naturally, something that is just more of an allowing, right? It's just absolutely beautiful. So I really want you to think about all of these. Yeah, sometimes those birds are so beautiful, I just have to stop what I'm doing and video them. Or I can't even video, I just have to like take it all in, I just watch it and observe. And when you go outside, like if I'm sitting here in my office and I can see them out there doing it together, I can go outside and you can also hear all of their wings flapping together in unison and the beautiful sounds that come with it as well. So it's not just about the sight and the feeling of them all working in unison, but also the way that it sounds too. All of the senses, right? It's just beautiful. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I want you to think about that, and I want you to open up your heart and allow yourself to just really feel that, okay? I do have some music that I was going to play, and I was actually super excited to play it. But my Zoom is still not synced up correctly for sound to play and for you to receive it correctly. So instead of me stressing out about it, I just decided not to stress out, but I wanted to share a link that you could open in another tab if you're on your computer. If you go to this particular website, this is a musician friend of mine who is also an energy practitioner, and he has synced this music for the purpose of the name that is listed there. So I've already commissioned him to create these pieces of music, and you're welcome to use them for your own meditation. and intuitive support for yourself. But if you would like to, you can go ahead and open up that link. Not necessary, but you can if you want to. Some people like the music playing in the background when we're doing guided meditations. And I want to invite you to open up the one that is listed as number 10. I was going to do number 4 and I'm like, nope, it's supposed to be number 10. So I want you to go ahead and click on the link that says self-love. That's the one that we're going to do for today. If you'd like to listen to that, that's totally fine. If not, that's okay too. All right. Are you guys ready? We're going to go ahead and start. I really believe that the universe does respond to frequencies. The frequencies that is your thoughts, your emotions, the things that you feel, right? And also what you are intentionally putting out there. So I want you to think about that for just a moment. And are you creating the frequency that you desire for yourself right now? Because to me, this is all about also responsibility as well. Us creating what we are desiring to attract, right? So I want you to go ahead and I want you to think about what would be an intention for yourself, something that you are really wanting to be able to encompass and feel that particular vibration more of. And I want you to see if you can narrow it down to just one single word. Just one single word. And it doesn't have to be hard. It can be something that is just super simple that you just allow to come to you. Okay? First thing that comes to your mind of what you want to attract more of. Okay, go ahead and put that down in the chat. Let's see, we have 13 of us on right now, so we should get 13 responses, right? Go ahead and share. I'm sharing. Okay, thank you, Petra. And it can be 2 words if you can't quite narrow it down to 1. If you're like, oh, I just can't quite get 1, but I got 2. That works too. You can share 2 if you'd like. Okay, good. We got a few coming in. Thank you for taking the time to kind of tune in with yourself to see what feels really good for your intention. Petra has confidence. I think that's a great one. Leanne has love, empowerment, connections, worth. These are all really good. For those of you who haven't tuned into one, maybe just sit with it for a minute more, but then I'd really like to have you go ahead and put yours down in the comments, okay? Thank you so much. That's really good, you guys. Okay. Give you one more minute to tune into that. And thank you again for tuning in with me this morning. I know it's a weekend and, who knows what else you got going on today, right? Probably all kinds of things, right? So Project 444 to me is super special, and I'm going to be working in the vibration around that for the next 4 months. And I've decided to offer it in a way that I can fully deliver it in a way that feels really, really like a good energy exchange, but is also really affordable. It's a good exchange in the way that it's coming to people back and forth. It's not going to be just doing guided meditations, although there will be quite a few included separately as additional bonuses. But there's also going to be practical step-by-step suggestions. So if you're looking at doing things like your own events, retreats, workshops, you're wanting to put together your own course, maybe create your own course, or getting more clients, it can look like anything. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be just like the things that I've done. But if you have looked at the things that I have done and you'd like to do some of those, I can walk you through step by step how to do a lot of those. So the Project 444 is going to be also a collective experience. There'll be some collaboration opportunities to really sync up, right? And do some things together as well. But I also would like to do a step-by-step of where we're doing some of the metaphysical as well. So we'll be doing some of that. We'll be having some guest speakers come in. This is also an online opportunity. So you'll be joining in with me like this over Zoom. You'll be able to submit questions every single week where we then are doing live and customized feedback back and forth. So lots of business mentoring, but then also the metaphysical side of it as well, or the spiritual side of it, however you like to term that. We'll also be talking about, we call them trigger parties at our house, different money games that you can do to uncover and really explore and discover what kind of subconscious beliefs have been holding you back. And I am not a psychologist on any level. I've never been to school to be a psychologist. So we're not doing the psychology of it. This is different. This is the things that feel really good to me, the things I've been really working with for myself for truly, it's been since about 2011. So we'll be doing that kind of thing. So I'll share a link towards the end if that sounds like something that you're interested in, but I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it before we begin the guided meditation. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if any more words have come in. Sierra did put down financial abundance through confidence. Right. Thank you. Financial abundance through confidence. Worth. Stacy says expansion to hold more space to serve. That's awesome. I love that intention as well. Jennifer says financial abundance through play. It's also a big one for me every year since 2011, with an exception of a couple of years in there because of, 2020. And I think it was the year after also we didn't do it. Oh, no, we did it. We did it. We just did an in-person one during the day, not overnighter. But we've been doing a mother-daughter retreat, and that's a ton of play. It's so much fun. So if you've got kids or grandkids, anybody that wants to join in on that, it's a blast. Okay, Evelyn says celestial. What does that mean to you? Does that mean like with an eternal purpose? Does that mean like higher vibrations? Tell me a little bit more about that. I'd love to hear. Okay, you guys, this is really fun and really exciting. I want to share this with you. If you have your notes ready to go, I'm going to have you write 444, right? Write 4, and then I'm going to have you write 4 things that you're grateful for. I want you to tune into the vibration of those things. So the first one is what you're grateful for. This is what I'm going to be doing as an activity for myself every single day through the next several months. Okay, so I want you to write down number 1 of those 444s is 4 things that you are grateful for. So some gratitudes. Okay. The next 4 I'm going to have you write down is 4 things that you're wanting and desiring to attract. So grateful, 4 things that you're grateful for. If you feel like you want to share any of those, you can. Four things that you're desiring to attract. This could be a vibration or a feeling. It could be a relationship that you're wanting to attract. It could be something as simple as like planting a garden, right? And or having more plants inside your house. Could be anything like that. It could be to witness more synchronicities. Maybe you've been in a funk yourself and you're ready to shift. Change that up. I love that. Thank you so much, Joe, for sharing. Give you guys a couple minutes to do that. Beautiful. Love having you guys on with me this morning. Thank you so much. The vibes of this full moon, I feel like, are really cool. And today is February 24th of 2024. Beautiful. Awesome. Yep. So put these down on your notes. I'm actually going to have you, if you're open to it, nobody has to do anything, right? But if you're open to it, putting this list somewhere where you're going to see it regularly, you could put it, on your bathroom mirror. You could put it in like laminate it or put it in a sheet protector and put it in your shower. You could put it next to your toilet. I don't care where you put it. Put it somewhere where you're going to see it all the time, right? Right by your kitchen sink. You could put it on your screensaver on your phone. At least commit to putting it somewhere for 30 days, somewhere for about a month, right? So that you can see it often, so that you're reminded of it. Okay, so we're going to go back to the list here, just in case you're done, or if you need a refresher to remember what we're doing. The first of the fours is the things that you're grateful for right now, the four things that come to your mind. So your gratitude, and it could be for anything. Okay, so number one would be something that you're grateful for. The second of the four is things that you're desiring to attract into your life. And I like how it's a list that's pretty short and succinct, only 4 items, so that your brain has enough time to say, where are they, right? It's like your spidey senses are going out saying, where are they? Going through the files of your mind and looking. Okay. That's the second of the 4. And then the third thing on your fourth is ways that you're going to give or serve out into the world, in the universe. Okay. So I would put down give or serve, however feels good to you to say that. So what feels good to you? And you could also think about the give and the receive cycle. Whatever you're giving, it does come back to you. So don't worry about that component not being taken care of, because our intention is that is taken care of. But what we're focusing in on right now with the third part of the 444 is in ways that you are contributing and giving and serving others. Okay. So I want you to think about it. It could be something that you're already doing. It doesn't have to be something that's new or different. This is an acknowledgement or a validation of that energy that you are, contributing and putting out there. Okay. So very, very big acknowledgement here. Okay. And just as a reminder, I'm going to go ahead again and put the link for the music one more time. You can choose a different option if you're not really vibing with the one that says self-love. That's the one that I chose to go ahead and play. But if there's a different one that's really serving you better, you can kind of play with those different links and do that. Okay. Joe says, share the world what I have been entrusted with. I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so as you guys are feeling into that, you can continue thinking about that. It doesn't have to be something that maybe it's you're just going to like leave the blanks right there right now and you're going to come back to it. You can do that. I'm going to go ahead and start the guided meditation. I feel super ready. This is not going to be super long. So for those of you who really appreciate having a timeline, I'm thinking between 10-15 minutes, somewhere in there. And I personally really like to know, like, how much time are we planning here? So if you'd like to, you can go ahead and get in a comfortable position. I definitely would not recommend doing this while you're driving. So if you're doing this and you're driving right now and you happen to have the opportunity to pull over or maybe let somebody else drive for a minute, then that's great. Not because I have binaural beats playing, right? Because I don't have any music playing. But just because I'm going to have you go inward here, if you are driving and you're like, no, I'm good, I'll leave that to you. Okay. Okay. So, and there are 3 things of 4 each. So yeah, I put them in the chat there. Grateful, attract, and then the last one is the give and the serve. So there's 3 things, but 4 listed of each. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. This is what came to me this morning in theta state. So I invite you to go ahead and relax, close your eyes, unless you're driving. I always have to add that. And then let's just go ahead and get ready. And I'm actually going to turn off my camera as well, just so that I don't distract anybody. I want you to be able to fully lean into this and not have any sort of interruptions or things that feel off, just because I'm moving my head or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my video, but I invite you to go ahead and stay on, okay? Appreciate you guys. Okay, here we go. So I would like to invite you to go ahead and relax and lean back, get comfortable in the space that you are in. I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and go ahead and do it out of your nose as well. Take some breaths. Tune in to the vibration that you said that you'd like to relax and attract more of. And I want you to open up your heart space, and I want you to think about ways that you can align yourself with where you're wanting to be. So whatever that intention is, I want you to think about what would it feel like to feel aligned with that space, with that energy. What would it feel like to you? I want you to open up the opportunity to be able to experience that, even if it's just for the next few minutes. Give yourself permission to feel vibrations of ease, vibrations of simplicity, vibrations of synchronicities. And give yourself the space to allow. It's not about forcing. It's not about trying to put it into a box. I'm not here to force anything. You're not here to force anything. All it is like opening a door, the door inside of your heart, and allowing yourself this opportunity to be able to experience what this alignment feels like. It feels like harmony. It feels like balance. It feels like receiving. It feels like cooperation with the universe. Take some deep breaths through your nose. Go ahead and let it out through your nose. The number 4 that came to me, it's a powerful number, and it's a dialogue from the universe. So if you came here today, I want you to open yourself up to the vibration, to know that when it is amplified, it's a spotlight shining on your intuition, on your inner knowing, on your inner guidance, on your inner compass. Go ahead and feel into that amplification and allow yourself to feel that alignment. Some of you may be feeling it in your heart. I want you to tune into that space. Some of you may be feeling it down in the tips of your toes. Some of you might be feeling it in your fingertips, or perhaps up above your head in your crown chakra. It might be an all-encompassing feeling all throughout your entire vibration. I invite you to go ahead and feel into it where it feels easiest to you. If you're trying to tune in and it doesn't feel like anything is coming up for you in the space that we're talking about, I want you to give yourself permission to let that go. And it's okay if it doesn't come all at once right now in this moment. You're going to receive a copy of this recording and you can do it again. And it might be at a time where it's a little bit more comfortable for you, maybe as it's, time for bed and you're allowing yourself to not be interrupted with distractions of the house or what's going on around you right now. It's okay. Nothing needs to come right now. But if it is to be right now, let's go ahead and allow it. It's like you're opening a door over your heart and allowing that to rush in and to encompass your entire vibration at this time. It's time to remind yourself that you're still alive. Not only are you still alive, but you've got a lot of amazing things to experience, a lot of fun, a lot of connection, a lot of beautiful, wonderful confidence, maybe even some expansion to hold space to serve, to feel of your overall worth, love, empowerment. Go ahead and feel those vibrations that you are longing for, that you've been longing for. Allow it to come in. I think sometimes of when I feel sound healing, I think of what it feels like. It's like an energy massage, right? It's like a vibration that is resetting inside of me. Allow those vibrations of ease to come in. It feels like simplicity. It feels like a synchronicity. It feels like an expectation that has dropped, and it's more of an allowing. Okay? It feels like momentum. It feels like eagerness. It does feel like play. It feels like soft. It feels like comfort. If you're ready to feel these things, I want you to open your mind up as well so that your heart and your mind can work together in sync. Let them line up. And propose the question to your mind. Okay, mind, if my heart and my energy is feeling all of these wonderful things, what does it feel like to you? What shifts in my mind? Does it feel like cooperation between my heart and my mind right now? I'm going to give you about 60 seconds to just listen to your own mind and make sure that you have this opportunity to put it at ease. Allow your mind to receive from your heart. If your mind needs encouragement, this is a great opportunity. to get them synced up and in alignment, working together. Your mind might be completely ready to receive this and work in harmony. You might have some ideas coming to your mind that will allow you to feel this even more, to call in the things that you've been wanting to attract, that desire. It's perfectly worthy, and your desires are on purpose from the universe. They are not by accident, they are not trite. They are worthy, they are pure, and they are calling in these rockets of passion, desire, and the ability to be able to live your life at the fullest. Make sure you express gratitude to this vibration, to the universe for allowing you to feel it at this time, for allowing your intuition to be open to receive. And I'm going to call in the vibration of 444, which is a way of clearing a path, a way of clearing anything that is obstructing your view, allowing surrender, releasing anything that's in your way, allowing you to completely shift your relationship with whatever it was that was standing in your way, and releasing and allowing you to fly high. Go ahead and at this time, sync up the heart and the mind and allow yourself to open up to the vibrations around you. Go ahead, feel that. You've got about 30 more seconds. Go ahead and continue. When you're ready to be completely submerged in this vibration, I invite you to see in your mind's eye with visual imagery, a visual of you being completely enveloped in this vibration that you've been desiring. And I want you to feel it all over you, as if your higher self has come in and it has a giant, beautiful crystal bowl that is filled with the most beautiful essence. It looks like sparkly paint. And your higher self dips a beautiful paintbrush. It's a giant paintbrush, literally dips it into the sound bath, crystal bath bowl, and begins to paint you with this vibration up and down, first at your feet, up and down your legs, all the way up on your arms. If you can imagine what this paintbrush feels like with the energy of this vibration, it's all over you and it feels so good. It feels so fresh to be pampered and served by your higher self and by the universe. Just feel what that feels like all over you. not just in your mind, not just in your heart, but also throughout your whole body. If you're familiar with sound vibrations, tune into one of your favorite sounds and allow that to be what makes that vibration up that fulfills you inside and out of your skin suit, right? All over. Just allow that. I want to invite you to go ahead and take a couple good deep breaths through your nose and feel it one more time before I have you come back to me here by opening your eyes, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And I'd love to hear your experience. So if you are still coming back, give yourself a minute to open your eyes. Literally wiggle your toes and your fingers. It's a way of bringing you back to your space. You can put your hands on your heart, express gratitude to the universe for this moment and the feeling and the vibration that you personally experienced. And then I'd like to invite you to go ahead and put just maybe one sentence in the chat of what you felt. And what we're going to do next, I'm really excited about. If you can put it into words, if you can put it into something that you personally experienced, that you personally felt. And what this does is it helps validate the whole experience for you. Guided meditations are a good way for you to be able to be very not just intuitive about what you're creating, but also an ability to be able to call it in. It's about accountability for what you personally are feeling, right? And I just absolutely love that. Okay, so if you like that, go ahead and share. Um, yeah, me too. And I love it because it's not just, that was not me. That was like, just like, let me say whatever it is I'm going to say. It feels like eager. It feels like excitement. It feels like passion. It feels like momentum. It feels like all of these things working together, right? And then also that lunar energy. Some people say, oh, like the full moon, that seems superstitious or whatever. And I'm like, it would be really like, I don't want to say small-minded because I actually don't like name calling or say anything like that. But what I would say would be like open your mind up to the idea like we have water in us, right? We're made up of so much water. And think about the planet and how much water is in the planet. And if the moon itself can shift the tides and change things up in huge ways, let's be open-minded to know like it can actually shift things for us in ways we may not understand. We don't have to understand it all, right? When I dried my hair with my blow dryer this morning, I totally am aware that when I plug it in and flip it on, it blows out hot air for my hair. But I don't understand all of the mechanics about where the electricity came from of what I'm plugging into, right? I just know it is working in a way that serves me and it feels really good. And it feels good, and it feels good, and it feels good. And that's where I'm at these days is I go into what feels really good. So that's awesome. Okay, so I appreciate you guys, your comments, what you put in the chat. It's really very, very good for me as well. Helps me to know when I'm on the right track as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share. I'd like to share a couple of gifts with you. First of all, we do have 3 conferences that are coming up. One that's in St. George, Utah. All of the vendor spots are sold out for that. Our schedule is full. So we don't have any opportunities there as far as business to continue serving people. But we do have one in Boise where we do still have some vendor spots available right now. That one is on March 23rd. So it's 22324. And I have been learning a little bit more about numbers, about what they mean, and feeling into that. And that just feels so good. Boise's been inviting us to come back for years. We haven't been there since 2015. So we're like, it's time. So if you want to join us there, or if you'd like some free tickets to attend St. George or Boise, please let me know. And then we have Idaho Falls as well. That's going to be happening on May 11th. That is Mother's Day weekend for those of you who would like to join us on Mother's Day. We do still have a couple of speaking and vendor spots there as well. And then we have our big summer conference. And so I want to make sure that I tell you guys a little bit about that because I'm bringing in the leaders of the sound healing community to put on one of the most amazing kickoffs that we've ever been able to witness. And we've got sound healers that are coming in from all over the world for the kickoff of that on Friday. So we're very, very excited about that one. If you are a sound healer or you know somebody that you think should be a participant of that community, please let us know. And you can do so just by sending me a message or an email. I will definitely go ahead and share with you my email in just a moment. But let's go ahead and talk about what you guys experienced here. So Petra says, I felt empowered and I feel so refreshed. That's awesome. That's how I felt too. Evelyn says higher frequencies. Cool. I think that's what you were meaning by your comments. So that's really good. Does anybody else have any additional comments that they'd like to share of what they personally experienced? Maybe you had some roadblocks. That's okay to share that too. Maybe you didn't feel anything. That's okay to share that too, right? That's one of the reasons why I was going to record this. It's recorded for you. And I'm not planning on sharing it with everyone out there. I'm only planning on sharing it with the people who took the time to tune in live today. So you can go ahead and feel, completely comfortable sharing whatever you feel inspired to share in the comments there. So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do a share screen with you so that I can also share a couple of things from my heart about Project 444 here. And a lot of the words that we've been talking about today, you'll see in this website that we created, and we created this on 22224. So again, lots of twos, lots of fours, and kind of fun to be able to take a moment to just recognize that that's when these were created. I just love that. So it is all about frequencies, flow. And I feel like when you are working with someone who's really hyper focused on that, like that's where their heart is, that's where they're focused. It's kind of like that whole saying, like show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. Have you guys ever heard that saying before? Show me the people that you hang out with the most. And literally within 5 years, you're going to be able to see some correspondence with that. So I am looking for people who are really attracted to these words right now to be able to do some really fun things with them. Oh, hi, Gina. Yeah, you're good. I will totally send that to you. I'm going to have everybody go ahead and put their email in the chat in just a moment for that specific thing. So if you'd like a copy of that, that's the only way that I have to know that you were on this call. So go ahead and take a moment. You guys can do that now or later. It's up to you. As long as I have your email, then you'll be able to get a copy of this. So look at these words and see if that feels good to you and if that is something that you're wanting to vibrate into, okay? So it says frequencies, flow, alignment, manifestation, synchronicities, collaboration, intention, having support, connection, and allowing. This is the new opportunity that I have right now for people who are business owners who they know that they need help with their social media, their website, they're creating, the next course or finding ways to be able to help serve people, getting the technology blocks out of the way, getting the support that they need. There's a lot of business owners that are like that, right? But they don't know where to go, or they can't hire a VA because the budget isn't quite there for that yet, right? Because some VAs, they'll charge you $65 an hour all the way up to, I've seen, $300 an hour for a really good VA, one who's honest, who's not going to, take your password and hijack your password. Yes, that's happened to me before. Or steal all your content and then go create a website and then put their name on it, you know, all of those kind of things. What I'm talking about is support. We'll be working together for 4 months. Shocker, I know, right? There's that 4 again. So that's a total of 16 weeks. And now we're not meeting together every single week. There's going to be 3 weeks where you have time that's set aside. And I won't be on with you that week, right? Those are the weeks I'm doing conferences, or I'll be out of town on those particular days. So it's going to be what we're calling a project day. But for the most part, 4 months, right? Not 16 weeks live, but what is that? 16 minus 6, so 13. And then I'll have a guest speaker on too, so then it'll be 14. There's that 1-4 again. So that's what this is about. This is not just a regular business person where she's going to give you a checklist and you go do that. This is going to be real support. And I've lengthened the amount of time so that we can work together and really get some serious momentum going in your business progression. It's going to feel really good. I'm excited about this. Yes, I've done conferences. Yes, I've done lots and lots of retreats over the years. I've done lots of online courses. This is different than that. This is going to be a lot of guided meditations, a lot of scripts as well. It's going to be a lot of different workings together to get your money blocks out of the way. Have you ever heard that term before, money blocks? I didn't know that I had certain money blocks until I was presented with some things and it was difficult for me. I'll give you one. I had the hardest time with hiring a housekeeper. Somewhere in my subconscious, my subconscious belief was I can't be a good mom unless I'm the one sweeping the floor. Now, it does kind of sound ridiculous to people now when I say it, but I cried and cried and cried over that for at least a good 6 months until I finally said, let me just try it on. I don't think it feels good, but I'm just going to try it on. I'm going to go ahead and get a housekeeper because I know my mind will work better if my house is clean. And yes, I have 8 kids, right? There's my 8 kids. So I know my house will work better. Like it'll flow better. And I'll be able to kind of set that guilt on the shelf for a few minutes and actually allow myself to work. I was so much more productive. I was so much more at ease and relaxed because I wasn't like, oh, we got to get this clean. You know what I mean? That was a belief I had around money. And I've probably had a housekeeper for about 8 months. Now, I'm not saying that that's something that everybody has to do, right? I'm not going to be like, you join this group, now you have to get a housekeeper or you're not going to, it's not going to work. No, we're going to work through your own specific things to help you with it. Okay. This is just one of the things that was an example for me personally. So as we're going through this, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to share the link with you in the comments so that you can at least grab it and check it out or click on it if that feels like something that you want to do. Nobody has to do anything here, right? But I want to share this with you because I am looking for 14 people to join me for the next 4 months. And this is just going to be awesome. I'm so excited about what I've been creating. I've taken some time off from some of my online classes to revamp everything that I'm doing. So if you've ever worked with me before, this is not the same thing. This is different. This is going to be way different actually, because I've shifted and you've shifted and we've flowed in a way that is going to be so super supportive of what you and I are both working on next. And I'm so excited. And I want to share with you these online courses, they actually help subsidize the conferences so that they can continue. You may be familiar with how many complimentary tickets that we give to the community so that they can come and be served, have education, support, and get self-care for them. All of those are made possible, honestly, because of a lot of our sponsorship. But even our sponsorships don't cover the cost, the incredible costs that these type of productions, what they total. For example, our summer one, it's $107,000 for me to put on a 2-day event this summer. $107,000. Some people are like, I didn't even know that was possible. So when I do things like this, I still feel like I'm giving a free ticket, honestly, for the amount that we're charging. But those costs actually help subsidize those events. So you really are giving to the community in a way that also gives back to you. So for me, it's like a full cycle, and I love it and I appreciate it so much. So I do this because I want to join together with people who really, really value everything that we're talking about here. And they want to step into something that's just, it feels good to them. If this feels good to you, this is maybe the next step for you. We are going to be starting at the end of March. We do have some pre-class activities that we'll be doing. I definitely operate in a way that we work with mind, body, and spirit, right? So we do a lot of metaphysical activities, but we also are doing work. Like we're doing work on this, and it feels good. I don't ever have anything that I hold back from my clients. I've worked with some business clients before, some that I even paid like as high as $30,000 to, or $37,000 actually was the one that I paid. And they didn't share a lot of information about the business side of things with me. And I just have committed to myself that I will never do that with my clients. So I really feel like I am a good mentor in that way. And I have also extended the amount of time that I can support people too. So I appreciate you guys being here. And that is the link for you. If you happen to have any other specific questions, or maybe you would like to talk about something that you are working on right now, this is my email, tammy@hopehavenevents.com. And I actually want to invite you to jump on a call with me. I can set aside, 15 to 30 minutes for each one of you sometime over this next week. We can talk about how this might be a fit for you. We can talk about something else that you've been working on that I can give you some feedback on. I would love to invite you to join in with me. This is the sale price right now. We've marked it down to $1,444. And I haven't done the math on that, but let's go ahead and just do some math really quick. So if there is a total of 14 classes, right? That's with our guest speaker. Let's see what that comes out to. Divided by 14 comes out to $103.14 for each week. That is for 75 minutes. So let's see, if you also go ahead and divide that number by 75 minutes, it's about $1.30 a minute that you'd be working with. Now, I want to share something with you. This is really fun. You can do payment plans for this. So if you're like, oh my gosh, that number just does not fit into my budget right now, you can pay that over the course of 4 months. So you can divide that up so that it's a little bit more doable for you. You do not have to pay any of this right now. You can go ahead and reserve your space with me, and then we can go ahead and do your first payment at the end of March when we're signing up, when we're starting up. Okay, so if you go 1444, divide that by 4 months, that brings it down to $361, which is such a good deal, honestly, for all of this that's going to be included. We are going to be doing some extra bonuses as well for people who are doing this. If you'd like to participate in the conference, we have some leadership opportunities that we are putting together. And so if you would like some leadership experience with exposure to our audience, that is something that we're going to be collaborating with for all of the people that are in this particular conference. And I'd just love to have you consider it. This is not something that I don't like to be like a pressure type of person, but I want to invite you to work with me, because if you got called to this particular guided meditation today, there might be a reason why we're syncing up. There might be a reason why you're looking at that saying, yeah, this feels really good to me. So I'd like to invite you just to look at it and maybe consider it. I have been doing business mentoring since 2015. It's been a complete, absolute privilege and pleasure of mine to be able to do that. One of my strengths is strategy. Another one is empathy. So I feel like that kind of uniquely equips me to be able to help people look at their business and customize different solutions and opportunities that will actually work and be effective. So I have plenty of social proof. I don't probably need to show these pictures to you guys, because if you're on this call right now, you probably have already been to one of our conferences and you already know that we have a lot of people that come and a lot of support that we give to people. This is how I want to give back right now. So if you want to know what my intention is, I want to continue helping people to support others. I don't want to just help people who are adding. I want to help people who are multiplying that support out to the universe, because we need it right now. You may be aware, some people are checking out, not just checking out like by numbing themselves, not just checking out by like stopping what they're doing, but like checking out. And I don't want that. I want to be able to offer real support to people, to help people lift their vibration and really like be a solution person, right? Like people who they don't even know what they need sometimes. I have some people say, I don't want to go to the conference because I don't have the money for that, $40 ticket or $60 ticket or whatever it is, right, when they're getting it. And I'm like, that's okay. I'll give them the free ticket because I understand how money blocks work. So I will go ahead and give them a sponsored ticket. And then it's cool because they get to find it's like I'm a bridge, right? It's like I'm a catalyst to be able to help them to find the people that they need at the conference for their next step. Maybe it's a light therapy system. Maybe it's a mentor. Maybe it's an energy practitioner, or maybe it's a community that they're looking for. And other vendors and speakers there have that way to support them. I don't know. I feel really, really grateful. I've been able to be the recipient of so many people over the years saying, you don't even know what I was going through right then, but I did come to this one conference and that I met so-and-so at that one, or I started this class, or I just went to this breathwork certification class that I started a couple months ago. And there was a woman there. She explained to me how, traditional support that's out there wasn't working for her. And then she got this little Facebook sponsored ad that said free ticket. And she was like, what have I got to lose? Literally nothing at this point. So she came and now she's doing breath work. She's now like stepping in and she feels like she has like more purpose. And anyway, like I could probably just go on and on and on, but I won't, because I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you guys to enjoy the rest of your beautiful full moon energy today. But I just want to express gratitude for the opportunity to jump on here with you, for the opportunity to just say, hey, thank you for being on this same flow, the same wave with me. And I'd love to continue it if it feels good. Like I said, that's my email, tammy@hopehavenevents.com. If you guys want to jump on a phone call with me, we can set aside some time this next week, and I'd love to talk with you. I have 14 spots. So let's go ahead and make it happen if it feels good to you. Okay, you guys. Absolutely. Thank you, Leanne. Have a wonderful day, everyone. See you.